On Thursday, Israeli soldiers fired deep into Gaza City, hitting a warehouse used by the United Nations there. UN Secretary Ban Ki-moon strongly protested the strike. Israel claimed, however, that Hamas militants had fired off mortars from near the warehouse and then ran inside it for safety. The United Nations denied that. Also on Thursday, a top Hamas leader was killed. Siad Sayam was the interior minister, and important because he controls Hamas troops. In nearly 3 weeks of fighting, no journalists have been allowed to enter Gaza through Israel. But on Thursday, New York Times correspondent Ethan Bronner spent a day with an Israeli unit in northwest Gaza.
When the ground war began on a Saturday night, they took this area and the houses are cleared out. A lot of it is agricultural land where they found rocket launchers. In the houses they found tunnels and booby traps and mannequins, all aimed at drawing Israeli soldiers in, and apparently ideally to try to sort of grab them in order to kidnap them and move them down into the tunnels. The Israelis seem to have been aware of it, and none have been taken as far as we know so far. So the unit that we visited today has been there for about 10 days. There's been a fair amount of activity around it. There's been some injuries in the last couple of days on some of the hills and the bluffs that they were in. The colonel talked about the need to continue this, but of course would accept whatever the political echelons decided in terms of a ceasefire. His argument was that Hamas needed to be taught a harsh lesson, that it's an organization that clearly expected to be able to suck the Israeli soldiers in and do damage to them. At least so it appears, and it's the Israeli claim, that that's not what happened this time.
Despite the continued shelling in Gaza, Israel's reviewing the terms of a ceasefire discussed with Hamas leaders in Egypt. And so, 3 weeks in, they're still fighting, but the talking seems to be getting more serious.